So this message is, if someone or a group of people were strategically trying to block you from making money, block you from your own writings, block you to emotionally destroy you, block you in your financial situation, just stop you at all chance, basically, they will likely target 12 key areas. So these are 12 key areas and methods that would not only hit these income streams, but also aim to destabilize you mentally, emotionally, and being able to take any kind of spiritual resilience, making it ultra hard for you to create, to grow, and to thrive. So the first way is targeting the platform reach and your ability of reach. So these are things like shadow banning. I think of deplatforming. I think of censorship. I think of just targeting your ability to reach others. So I think of the way that they hacked me and got 20 plus years of my old data. So all of my data has been visible to them. GPSing, monitoring, mirroring, being able to know your next move so that they can create setups along your way. So social media accounts being restricted, banned, reducing your visibility of engagement, cutting you off from your audience, targeting to put in little seeds, I guess, is what I would say, of like thought process of every like hour on the hour, basically, after I create something, you have these people going in multiples, and they're smearing my name, they're smearing my ability of reach in that way. And so I hope that people out here can see past that, because I wouldn't want to cut off you from being able to share my efforts here with what's happened to me. I'm begging for your guys' help. The false reporting and takedowns, these can be copyright strikes, harassment ports, or false claims to get your content removed, or get you demonetized in any way that can also attack your finances. 2 is hacking and digital sabotage. This is definitely a thing. These account takeovers gain access to your accounts, deleting your content, posting false messages, or ruining your credibility in other ways, other tactics that can be used. Data leaks and doxing. So publishing your private information like address, phone number, financial info, third parties to intimidate you, to distract you, to make you to make your already vulnerable position into that much more of a vulnerable position, to create real life harassment, basically. And then third is smear campaigns and reputation destruction. They will go online defamating your character, creating false stories and accusations about you to damage your credibility or reputation. They organize this harassment, flooding the content with negative comments, trolls, like I said, after like an hour or two, it's just that's what they're doing. It's for fake reviews, to destroy your confidence, and also take other people's eyes off of your image. If you could make a public image and become a public image, it's to take that narrative completely out of the minds of other people, which I think is abusive. As far as there's just so many different levels of that you can kind of see where it can affect somebody financially and affect them mentally and spiritually and in their health even. So fourth thing is financial pressures and resource cutting. So platform payment bans, they can get you banned even from places, PayPal, Venmo, direct monetization sources like YouTube or Patreon. What I think that they also do is just basically make it to where, like in the hack that I'm in, I was trying to move all of my content into this new platform. Well, it's not allowing me to for some reason. I know that I have all of my information and it's still not allowing me to. The same thing with trying to reach my internet service provider, I was not able to reach them over the phone, not with my own number, not with my account number, and not with the new number that I found, the 320 number that I believe wholeheartedly is, because it's 85 digits away from Jesse's number, it's Jesse's fucking second line. And if it is, and I mean, it's just too good to be true, not true in my mind, basically. And especially with what somebody else said, that his number was 85 digits away from the number that I know. And that was what my last told me. And so me running into that information and having that information, 85 plus 1, what is that? 86? So what is he working on? I don't know. I think that these things are infuriating, and they are very hard to get through. They sponsor and collaborate with their potential partners to discourage you from working through any of their false claims against you. They'll use intimidation. Emotional and psychological warfare is the fifth element that gets brought in, allowing for gaslighting, manipulation, constantly questioning your work, your ideas, success, or to make you doubt your own talents and vision, pulling you away from work, setting you up at workplaces, isolation tactics, creating divisions between you and anyone that can support you. This can be family, friends, collaborators, co-workers, or even calling your boss, to weaken you, take you away from being able to emotionally be able to function through these attacks on you. And then sixth is the legal and bureaucratic attacks, because the any kind of frivolous lawsuit, filing baseless legal actions against you to drain you financially and mentally, not only through the legal fees that can come, but court battles, time, energy, essence, that they just already stripped for the last 20, however many years. You know, if you ask me, since I was 2, I've been fighting this type of demonic attack in different subtle ways, but you should never have to question your loved ones to this extent, and then come to find out that they are withdrawing and not even trying to come to terms with your claims, to even suggest that they have any part in your well-being and in your health, when they clearly do, especially when they're your brothers, family, your familial ties. You rely on these people for your mental health. You rely on these people for your health in ways. And if you don't have that, and it's covert, happening to you to drain you and leaving you with all these things happening in your life all the time, you don't get any organic life. So that they'll also submit false claims, trademark claims, to get your work pulled down, limit you to share it, limit you in your ability, limit you in your agility, like I was put into very much, if you ask me, kind of like a fucking Auschwitz of my own body, because that's what I believe arsenic did to me. Like, I couldn't surface my thoughts for a while. I couldn't surface my thoughts to the paper. I couldn't think straight, because of what these people did to me, because of their affairs. And for a long time over my life. Seventh is the algorithm manipulation and suppression of information. The search engine suppressions, getting your name, it's the algorithm that I'm getting at. It's your name, it's your reach, your results, making it, that go down, and these are things that are controlled by people with money, by people that, you know, have more power. You have to break through this algorithm if you're ever going to reach someone that can actually help support you in this situation. In my personal experience, that's actually what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to break through all the Freemasons bullshit. I'm trying to break through all the fake Christianity. I'm trying to break through all of the people that are out to attack me. I'm trying to break through all of the smear campaigns, just to reach the one person that can hopefully help me with the donation, just to get started in a very awesome charitable fashion. And I mean, it's just phenomenal. People that want to, try and claim it to be different just because of what I have going through, then claim it to be different. But it's really a phenomenal thing. It would help out a lot of people, and I honestly think it would take a lot of people off drugs. I think it would put people back in mode. Without all the mods that these people have to have and all the cheat codes and everything like that these people have to ruin your life and ruin your reputation. It's just constant suppression of your data, your content that doesn't ever... It's to not allow you to reach an intended audience. Put it that way. It's to discredit you right off the bat. 8 is the personal attacks and threats, stalking threats, sending threatening messages, physically or metaphysically, if you ask me, because these attacks, him saying, come to Oregon, like, you're going to take care of me. And like, any of this should be on your time at all. Like, I have no idea who the fuck you are. You haven't had one simpleton conversation with me about it, and you have no reason to. You have reason to side with these people and hold the hand with the devil, unless there's a way, I don't see how, but unless there was a way that y'all could be forgiven for your sins and move away from the devil. And actually move away from the devil, not placate, not continue to make baseless threat or utilize that time to gain more access to me, to use baseless threats or to poison me up further or what have you. It's a fuckload out here to deal with this shit. But it's to make you fear. It's to make you physically unresponsive to yourself while they're following you physically, and it's to make you unstable. They character assassinate you is what they do. It takes your character, your origination of what you would have otherwise been working on, and it obliterates your character. And not only that, but they personally attack your character. They tell you that you're unloving. They say that you're hateful. They say that you're spineless, when these people are all these things. They use these baseless attacks. And if you ask me, these people are very much cowards. They target you in ways to spread rumors, lies, and about relationship, habits, and past mistakes. None of us are perfect, yo. And if I don't have the right to not be perfect in my life based on how I was raised and what had happened to me, I should say, then I just don't think that you get it. And I don't think that you're allowing people to be human about these things at all. You need to discredit me to save the face of Jesse, Aurelia, Emily, Kenny, Jeff, Cheryl, all these people. Stephen Meyer. All these fucking people, man, that wanted to take and shake up this kind of abuse over on me. Be paid underneath the radar, whatever. You're not going to tell me that this energy is nothing, and you're not going to tell me that anybody who had love for their fellow mate or their partner or their brother wouldn't stick it out with that person to help them figure this stuff out, unless they themselves are involved. 9 is they plagiarize the ideas. They'll steal from people. They'll steal your work. They'll steal your work away from you. I've had my computer hacked, and stories about the whole situation with Cheryl. That story got taken from my computer. All of my originality, my content, without credit, to dilute my originality and damage any kind of value that I could take out into the world. They counterfeit attacks, creating fake profiles. They use your name and image. They'll break things down, and that's legitimately like moving around. That's what moving around the goalposts is. I'm not moving around any goalposts. I'm saying my whole piece. I could speak for 16 years, and I still wouldn't get out all of my piece. And they're trying to take that away from me. They use my name to confuse the audience. They take clips where I'm just all, creatively mismanaged, I should say, just mad, and they'll use that face as a reaction. See what he is. And anyway, it's just they do this to steal any kind of accountability that just to steal away from anybody that can come and help you, or anyone that can see you. Like I said, I gotta break through this algorithm here. That's what I'm trying to do. And the creative block of emotional exhaustion, the flooding with negativity, the constant hitting with the criticism, the trolling me, making me feel like nothing I ever would do is good enough. And that's my brothers, if you ask me. There's nothing I could legitimately work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, have batteries put in my body, and I would not be good enough for my brothers. And I don't think it has anything to do with me. I think it has to do with them and their own consciences. And they can't even be around me, and it's not because of me, but it's because of them. They just can't stand their own selves with what they've done. You see, it's their consciences. Same thing with Jesse. Same thing with all these people. They couldn't face me and have this conversation with me because they know I'm right. They don't get to flood my life with all of this negativity, hacking me, hijacking me, basically fucking whitewashing my mind away from me, from the memories I would have that would otherwise be interrogating them from many years ago, mind you. Finally happening now. And then people want to act like I don't have the right to come out here and say what is on my plate. And so I've never been good enough to my brothers. I've never been good enough. They've never utilized me correctly. They've never even tried. They've never even reached out to try. And then they want to act like I'm ungrateful because I've been reaching out in that fashion this whole time. Since Mounds View. Before all the parasitical attack or whatever I was going through then, that did feel staged, because there's just no way that all of that happened without someone intending it to happen. So next thing that they'll work on is to burn you out, forcing you into a cycle of that stress, emotionally leaving you in an emotional fatigue, and not like the poisons already, not like the stress alone is enough, but they'll stop you from creating. They'll stop you from producing new work. They'll stop you from those next orders. They'll stop you from that energy you need. They'll stop you and cause you to spend an extra 20 minutes on that order, having to reset your phone inside of the store. They will stop you from your own organic life. Then they'll introduce fake supporters, community sabotage, infiltrating your community with bad actors to stir up drama and to create distrust of you. They'll create the distrust of my Heartworks. They'll undermine the trust in my message. They will undermine the message in all. They will spread misinformation about me, my values, my intentions, fracture my audience's loyalties to me, and anything that could be made in light is being shredded up in the dark. So 12, the last thing that they do, or of the most common tactics, is they physically create environmental sabotage. They will damage property. When she came in here, she damaged my house. When they came into my house when I wasn't here, and I could tell that someone was here, things are moved around, coffee pot left on. I'm being gaslit like a motherfucker. I know what lights were off, what things were off. I actually had a pet. I was like questioning myself. I'm like, okay, well, if I'm questioning myself, then I'm gonna write this shit down. Come back home and the light's on. Okay. I know what I'm facing here now. They target they target my personal property. They target my work-related property. They target me at work. They make me feel unsafe and insecure. And once I was feeling that way, after 2 weeks, I I told her, leave me alone. You have no right, continuing this relationship with me if you're going to be this way. And you're showing me you are, and I don't feel comfortable about it. It was all night and day difference from there for a while, but this stuff is what manipulated me. They restrict accesses to my resources, cutting me off from my internet, cutting me off from to access my own devices, cutting me off from my own accounts, interfering with my ability to work, interfering with my ability to be and live an organic life without these attacks constantly happening to me. Meaning, even when I was at work, this last job I had, that's when my phones were under attack still, and they were interfering with me, my ability to continue to thrive inside of a job. They very much know that they had poisoned me up inside, so that when I went into work, I didn't know what was going on. And I went up to a coworker and I said something. I said something, I feel really weird, I don't know what's going on, something along the lines of that. And I was poisoned up so bad that I would stink. And this is the same thing that that these people did when I was younger, making people love me. Not at all. Not want to be around me. And so they restricted me in my ability to have an organic life, just to have an organic friend, have an organic relationship. I didn't know all of that until this recent. So when someone systematically targets these areas, it just devastates your financial flow. It also damages your mental health. It also damages your creative confidence and your creative self to be able to work in different ways that you actually have to because you're being mismanaged. But it's also to damage your sense of security within it of yourself, to be able to know where you have resources to reach out to for help. The goal is to leave you feeling isolated, drained, questioning your own purpose, and making it harder to bounce back and reclaim your footing in life. And that's exactly what they've done. And I'm having a hard time reclaiming that footing in my life. And it's time and time again. And that's why I believe that any kind of outsider with any kind of real brains would be able to see clear to that fact. So that's what I brought up to them. I said, you don't think that people can look at my history and be able to clearly see through you? After 28 years, Steve, you think you'd want to defend your love for me? But no. These are all power tactics meant to put me in a defenseless position. So I have to amp up my defenses, strengthen my security somehow without having the agility and the means to build up a loyal audience, without having people that actually are trying to help me spread that. I mean, some people, sure. But with these people that are being baseless, it's anchoring against these people that would otherwise think different. It's to put that seed in their mind. And I want to just say that I hope that people can realize the playbook, because once you can recognize the playbook here, you can help me end this cycle and destroy it from my life. I deserve a chance to live an organic life, free from abuse, manipulation, gaslighting tactics, and these hacks and hijacks, meaning to stake me out. They sought after me. I don't deserve to be sought after. I deserve to be loved. I deserve to be respected. I deserve to have people in my life that aren't going to be doing these things in the backgrounds of my life. And what Jesse Lee did and what these people did it's very criminal. If there was anyone real in my life that I needed more right now, it'd be a pro bono lawyer to talk to. Can you be my friend?